Hi, I'm Janie Dalrymple. I'm the nurse educator with the ALS Association Arizona chapter, and today we're going to show you how to get a patient off the floor with a Hoyer lift, especially if they've had a fall. So with me, I have Rhonda Smith. She's our respiratory therapist here with the chapter, and I have Amanda Canizales. She's a nurse practitioner and also a volunteer with the chapter. So Rhonda is going to be our patient that's on the floor that has fallen. And the first thing that you're going to do is grab your sling, and you want to position the sling with the smooth side facing the patient. So there is a smooth side here, and then there is another side that has those loops on the back. So the smooth side is going to be against Rhonda's back. But in order to do that, we have to roll the sling halfway in and place it beside her. And we want to make sure that the top of the sling comes at least to her shoulders. If she needs support on her head, you might have it up a little further. You're going to move to the opposite side and bend the patient's knee that's furthest from you to prepare the patient to turn. Place one hand on the back of the knee and one hand on the back of the shoulder to gently rotate the patient to a side-lying position. You're going to place that sling with the rolled side against their back and then roll them onto the sling and back onto their back. And then you're going to repeat that procedure on the opposite side. So bending the knee and then grabbing behind the knee and the shoulder, rotating them over and then pulling the sling out. So now you have that smooth side that is against their back and you're rolling them over onto the sling. So this can also be done with the head of the bed at a 45-degree angle if needed for ease of breathing. So if your patient has fallen and they're having trouble breathing, you can also prop their head up on pillows while they're on the floor. So you're going to place the Hoyer lift over the patient, being careful not to get this boom close to their head. And you may want to extend the legs into the widest position to get it around the patient. And then you're going to lock the brakes. We're going to take the straps of the legs and place one under each leg. And then you want to make sure that those straps are crisscrossed. You're going to lower the boom to the lowest position if it's not already lowered. And then you're going to attach the loops to the hooks on the boom for the legs. And make sure whatever color you're using the same color for both of the leg straps. In this case, Amanda's using green. And then you're going to attach the loops to the hooks by the shoulders, but you want to make sure that the loops chosen are one notch down from the loops used for the legs. This will ensure that you are lifting the person into a seated position. Keep in mind also that you might have to secure the neck and make sure that sling is behind their neck if they don't have control of their neck. Rhonda does have control of her neck, so we don't need to worry about that right now. Before beginning the transfer, have the patient cross their arms in front of their chest or do it for them. And then you're going to raise the boom. if they were on a bed and you were transferring out of bed, you would raise the patient until their buttocks is clear of the bed, and you always want to ask the patient if they are tolerating their move.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Almost there. Still doing okay?
Yes.
At this time, if you needed to move the patient to a desired location, you would unlock the brakes and move. You can also adjust the legs of the Hoyer. Amanda is bringing the wheelchair closer to her so that she can put Rondo into the chair. So she's locking the brakes of the wheelchair. And she's rotating the patient so that she can get that Hoyer lift closer to not only the chair, but also get Rondo closer into that seated position for the chair. Once she's got her in position, she's locking the brakes of the Hoyer. She will use the loops on the sling if she needs to help move her bottom to the back of the chair while she's lowering the patient. As she's lowering her, she'll also make sure that she's watching her feet with the Hoyer and the boom to make sure it's not hitting her head. Once she's got it low enough, then she can release the sling from the hooks of the Hoyer. And the sling can remain in the place if you're going to be there for a short period of time. If you were transferring a patient to maybe a power wheelchair for the day, then you could remove the sling from the back of the patient. You can also move the Hoyer at this time out of the way so that you're not hurting yourself. And then she'll ask the patient to lean forward if possible, and she'll pull the sling out from underneath. And then you'll always want to make sure to put the footrests in place if it was in a power wheelchair, manual wheelchair, any of those sorts of things. And that is how you get a patient up from the floor.